Okay, now I'm at the point where I'm going to turn my clay sphere into an emoji. So I have picked this emoji right here. I want to make the one with the heart eyes and the smiling mouth. The first thing you're going to do is you're going to sketch very lightly with your stylus or your wooden tool the shapes onto the surface of the clay. Okay, just very, very lightly draw in where you think things should go. I'm going to use this to look at. So I get things done carefully and accurately. Okay, I have the face of my emoji sketched onto my sphere. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to add the eyes. You are going to use, well, I'm going to use a template. I'm going to use a paper template. I'm going to make the hearts. So to make the heart, I'm going to take my paper and I'm going to fold it in half. Hearts have symmetry. They're the same on both sides. That's why I'm folding the paper and I'm going to draw half of the heart on one side of the paper. I'm making a paper template for my clay heart eyes. Okay, next I'm going to cut this out. When I open it up, I have a heart. I think I'm going to carve it down or cut it down just a little bit. Okay, this is going to be the template for my eyes. That's a good fit. Try your paper template onto your emojis first before you make it out of clay. So this will be a good template for both eyes. Okay, to make the eyes, I'm going to take some extra clay that I gave you, and I'm going to pat it down . Okay, into a slab. This is a slab of clay. Don't make it too thin. That's pretty good. It's like the thickness of maybe a little bit thinner than a cookie. Okay, I'm going to take my template and I'm going to lay it on top of my slab. I'm going to trace around it with my stylus. And I'm going to have a heart. That will fit onto my emoji. I think it's a little bit thick. Oh, I made a heart left. So I'm going to try it again and make the slab thinner. So I'm going to make my slab even thinner this time. Okay, I think that's better. I'm going to trace it again. Sometimes with clay, you're not going to always get it right the first time. That's okay. You can just smush it down and start over. That's much better. So I have one of my hearts. Now what I can do is take some water, just a little bit, and smooth out with my finger the surface of my heart eye before I put it on my sphere. This makes it look so much nicer. Okay, now when I attach this, when I add this to my clay sphere, I need to score and I need to slip. So scoring is roughing up the surface just in that one area. I'm going to rough up the surface of my heart. This helps clay stick together. If I don't do this, my clay will come apart when it dries. Now I'm going to press my heart onto the surface of my clay emoji. Okay, I would do the same thing with the second eye and the template, scoring and slipping and adding it on. Now I want to show you how to carve away clay. We're going to do something called subtracting. Subtracting means to carve clay away. A really good tool to use are the loop tools that you find in your kit. This clay is kind of sticky. Until it gets a little bit drier, then it's a little easier to work with. So I've decided that I am going to carve away the mouth. I need to be careful not to carve too much, that I will carve a hole. So I'm going to take my tool and I'm going to start carving away the mouth of my emoji. Okay, that's pretty good. So right now I have my mouth is subtracted and my eye has been added. At this point, I would put on my other eye. The next thing I would do when I have the other eye on, we're going to pretend it's on, I'm going to use some of my clay tools and I'm going to go around and I'm going to join in the seams where I added features to my sphere. This will help your work look very neat and clean. Your work, when it looks neat and clean, this is something called craftsmanship. Okay. Craftsmanship means that your work is neat and clean, and all the surfaces are scooped away very carefully. Little chunks of clay are also removed. Craftsmanship takes a little bit of time, but it is worth it. Okay, so you're going to continue cleaning up your clay emoji after you have everything attached and carved away.